All right, video number 2. Let's get caught up. It's been, a few weeks since my first video, and we managed to get the overheads mounted. And I will say it was not easy. It was quite a task, and getting it right was a little bit of a challenge. But I'm very happy with the way they turned out. And one thing I'll say, I was really concerned about 8-foot ceilings, and I thought I was literally going to have to cut into the ceiling to make this work. But when you lay out the 45-degree angle in your listening position and you're doing an equidistant system like I am, I literally had to space it down, and that's awesome. So if you're concerned about an 8-foot ceiling, you shouldn't be. The next thing that may or may not be a concern is we're mixing against the long wall, and it seems like it's a rule that we're breaking, but it's the only way I could get the distance on the speakers to be in the spec of Dolby. These speakers are all just over 4 feet to the listening position, except for the center speaker, and I'm not even using the center speaker, so but I do have to have it in place in case I mix somebody's project that utilizes it. So I will have to time delay that speaker only, but everything else will be equidistant. The other rule is we're mixing from directly in the center of the room. And I'm hoping that is more a rule for rooms that are not treated. So all the rules and online advice I've been watching, I hear so much, contradiction from the pros that I'm just going to resort back to, when I was in school and we learned, the room resonances and speed of sound and calculate out and, try to do something with the parallel walls and create some diffusion. And, hopefully I won't have to use too much correction at the end. I'm hoping to not use any correction, but a room this size, it's unlikely, but I'm certainly going to try that. But the beauty is, I'm building bass traps. They weren't scientific. I watched a lot of videos and I think I showed them on the first video, but you can see out here, they're huge, and they're definitely going to suck up some sound. Are they going to suck up the correct sound? I don't know. We'll see. But my objective is to, work on the low frequencies first. The low frequency to me is the absolute most important thing to get right. And I'm going to attack that first, because in attacking the low frequency, you're going to obviously be treating the high frequency as well. You just don't know how it's going to affect it. So get the low frequency sorted out first, and then you move on to the high frequencies. And I will be doing before and after with the measurement devices and Room EQ Wizard, and I will share everything. I'm going to do one speaker at a time. I'm going to do with and without the sub elevated off the ground, before and after numbers. That'll be my next video. But we got to determine whether this sub is going to be here or behind here. I don't have a problem with it being behind me, and I can use this entire closet as a bass trap or some type of diaphragmatic bass trap. We don't know yet. So I don't have enough measurements to make that conclusion or decision, but I will say, you saw the bass traps. Just in case you were wondering, this material is the speaker grill for the the Fender amps. So we're going to wrap those bass traps, and they'll be in the corners with that Fender amp grill cloth. I think it's going to look cool. But anyway, so one might say that, we're just pissing in the wind, but a lot of the guys, the acousticians, and you listen to them talk, and the guys claim they know, what they're doing, and I don't doubt them. They're obviously in business and they're getting things done, but they do a lot of experimentation, and I'm okay with that. You know, the one thing we have going is we can measure our work, right? Um, if we do something and we document it and we measure it and go to the Room EQ Wizard, we'll know pretty quick whether or not it's working. So if it doesn't work, you try something different. You know, obviously I'm making reference to the books that I've read and the school that I've done, the videos that I've watched. I'm not just like guessing, but I am dealing with the space that I have. Those bass traps, I'm going to be placing them, you know, 6 inches off the wall, and then I'll bring them out 12 inches because I have that space in these corners. So I'm going to do that and measure it before and after. I'm going to move the sub around. I'm going to raise the sub up. I'm going to find that magic combination. And when I do, I'll document everything. And if it works great, I'll share with everybody. This is the most common sized bedroom, you know, in the US anyway. Most of the bedrooms I grew up in are about this size. And, you know, this was a spare room that we have. And we're going to try and make this work because it made sense to us. And I could have gone with a larger room out in our outbuilding. But the more I thought about it, I think the near field is the way to go with Dolby Atmos. You really are in touch with the volume of each thing. You don't have any room, hopefully, influence between that speaker and your ears. You know, if you do it right, which I'm going to try, you shouldn't have a lot of room influence. And I don't mix it loud volumes, so we'll see how that works out. I'm pretty excited about it. And like I said, if this works out, I will share all the specs and what I use. It would be premature for me to share much of that now because we don't know if it works. And I'll just keep working at it till it does work. And that's kind of how I do things. So the center channel is, like I said, the only one that is going to be time aligned. And like I said, I don't even use it, and I'll go into a video later on why that is. But for now, we'll just keep whittling away. If anybody has any questions, you know, head down in the comments. And I am not afraid of criticism, and I entertain it. So I don't know everything, and I've been mixing stereo for over 25 years and recording for over 25 years. And I still consider myself a student. So I encourage anyone to have any feedback that's constructive. I would definitely entertain it. And like I said, I will share everything. If you like what I'm doing, hit like and subscribe. It has to make sense for this channel to grow. So if you want to be part of this journey, it's moving pretty fast now. So give me a like and a subscribe, and let's keep this ball rolling. Thanks.